Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Vell, yo, you number one. It started with a dream that turned into a vision. To educate new generations is our mission. Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking. If it ain't about the change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the gram with it.
You're now tuned into another episode of Wait Again Minute Podcast. I am Gam. And of course, my sidekick, my co-host, is not here tonight. But I think we're going to be good because, guess what, Bill? You're definitely in good hands, right?
Right.
Even though I'm not Allstate, but you're still in good hands.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend?
It was an eventful weekend. It was great, though. I was in New York for a couple of days.
Okay.
So I had a performance on Saturday, which went well. So, yeah, I just was enjoying my time out there, networking and, performing.
What part of New York were you in?
Queens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Studio 59. And I performed there, yeah.
Oh, good, great. Okay, so tell us a little bit about who Vell is.
Vell is a rap artist,
okay.
But more importantly, I'm just a solid man, somebody who wants to bring something positive to people, by using my music to be able to speak life. Not just speaking life, but something fun too. I'd rather speak truth than death. So just using my music to be able to speak some good, positive music to people.
And there's definitely power in the tongue. Do you believe in that?
I definitely do.
Yeah. And so if you have a platform where you can actually sit and talk to people, it's best to put out, good vibe, good positivity.
Yeah.
Even though, before, the more I think about it, when you're positive, people don't gravitate to you as much, as fast.
Right.
As they do the negative.
And that's crazy you say that because positive is now bad, negative is now good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But that's why I told you earlier, I'd rather stick to just having a balance in my music. Right. Where I spit, I rap hard. But I just won't push anything that's going to destroy my people. That's it.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. So where are you from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, from Richmond. Yeah.
Richmond, oh wow.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here in Hampton Road?
I actually was here a few weeks ago at a conference, and I just love the area. It's something about 757 I love.
Okay.
I may move out here.
Oh, so you live in Richmond?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, wow. Okay. So, okay. So how did you hear about us?
I saw
on Instagram.
A commercial, like advertising, something.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe. And I said, this is pretty dope.
Okay.
And I end up, reaching out. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, let's get into our episode.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna hold you long, but I definitely want to get into some of the things that you like, a little bit of your past, right? And then from your past, we'll kind of build up to who Vell is now and what you strive to do and be. Okay. So, growing up, like, who were you?
Growing up, just a young kid, living in the South Side area, Richmond, in Blue Ridge, right behind Jefferson Village Project.
Okay.
And I fell in love with entertainment. I grew up dancing. That was my thing, as a kid.
Can you still dance now?
They do a little something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Nah, but I just love dancing. My dad was a DJ. My mom, she used to dance, so it was just in my blood. I end up rapping at 5'2". So I did my first show with MC Light down at Hoskins Field, which is in Richmond. So I did that, and when I turned 9, I tried out for the Apollo, and I made it on there.
That's
and
good,
I won 3 times.
Apollo is kind of 3 times.
Yeah.
Because Apollo is kind of hard. Like you see the Sandman, so Sandman didn't get you, huh?
He didn't get me. I saw him on the side.
Yeah.
And the lady who's always in the front grabbing on people and all that stuff. She actually threw some money at me, and everybody else in the crowd started throwing money. So I appreciate her because I got my 2-finger ring and some stuff.
You were doing big things.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I've been around for a while,
Okay.
you know, and like I said, I was dancing at the time, you know, when I went on the Apollo, and when I did the All-Star game and all that stuff, I was dancing. So I transitioned over to rap when I was in middle school, 6th grade.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know, I was kind of dipping in the streets a little bit, and the guys in my neighborhood, you know, they weren't dancing. You know, they were kind of running the street, and then rap was really picking up a whole lot. So I just fell in love with rap more, and then I kind of took off from there.
So were you dipping in the street?
I did dip a little bit,
Okay.
you know, just to see, you know.
What was it like?
Yeah, you know,
it
was quick. Yeah, I mean, you know, at that time, you know, I wanted a little more. I mean, my mom gave me whatever, you know, I wanted, but I mean, it was just something about, you know, making some money on your own, and I just wanted to see, you know. So some of my homeboys, you know, we young at the time, you know.
Right.
We had a club called Night World, and they'll go to Cloverleaf Mall and go grab some stuff, and I'm like, shoot, I want to be able to do that too,
right,
you know what I mean, on my own. And I played that for a little bit just to see what it was like, but it wasn't for me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So other than you playing in the streets a little while, you never got in no trouble or anything like that. Okay. So then, like, bring us up to speed as to, like, in your mid-20s. Like, what were you doing? Or did you, matter of fact, did you always revert back to rap?
I did. Rap was like therapeutic for me. You know, that's something I love. I had a passion for it. So, you know, whenever I was going through something, I would always rap.
Right.
You know, something about it. It moves you different. Music, period. You know, it just moves you. It's that frequency, something about it. You know, and I fell in love with it.
Right. I always heard that for a lot of music lovers, like, I'm not really a big music lover like that. I do like music though, but I like most gospel or R&B, right?
Right.
But a lot of people said that it's therapeutic.
It is.
Do you think so?
Yes. I mean, like I told you earlier, you know, I went through a divorce.
Right.
I mean, I was like in a deep depression. You know, I lost my house, you know, my kids, you know, waking up seeing them daily, you know, the structure we had, it was gone.
Right.
You know, so music became therapeutic, and I was able to get everything out, you know, my feelings, you know, the good and the bad. And that's why I put the project out, Destination, that I'm pushing now, because I'm back home doing what I love doing, because I gave up on music. So I'm back doing music, and I feel like I've reached my destination, not just being complete with the music again, but as a man, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I don't have to second guess me. You know what I mean? So, you know, music helps a lot.
So let me ask you this. What made you stop doing music? Because you said you kind of put it on hold.
I did. About 15 years ago, you know.
Okay.
I just wanted to focus on my relationship. You know, I got married. And then time was ticking. So I'm like, you know, maybe I just need to take a break, you know, for a little bit and try something else.
Right.
And I said, you know, I'll just go ahead and focus on marriage and raising my kids and just live the life.
Right.
That's I guess the American dream. You know what I mean?
So, was your wife, was she supportive of that, of you doing music?
She didn't really want me in the limelight like that. But she would support. You know, now we you know, we're divorced.
Right.
She supports. You know what I mean too. I mean, but she see my drive.
Yeah.
She see, you know, I'm very passionate about it. I love it, and she can see that.
Okay.
And it doesn't interfere with my kids and anything else in my personal life. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about this album that you just spoke of, that you're actually pushing.
Destination. That's the project. And I wanted to make something that could help people, uplift people, inspire people, you know, to overcome their fears.
Okay.
You know, I believe, you know, a lot of times we walk in fear. You know, we scared.
Very much so. Yeah.
You know, sometimes to challenge ourselves. And for me, giving up on music for 15 years and coming back, during COVID because that's when I got inspired.
Okay.
You know, during COVID. You know, I sat there. You know, we're on lockdown. You can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had a lot of time to sit
That's
and
very
meditate and think, and music popped back up.
Okay.
And the feeling I had was like, finish it again. You know, don't give up on it. You know, give that another shot. So I started trying to find my way again and listen to music a little bit, see what's going on today because I was tuned out. You know, I don't really listen to a lot of rap music like that to even now, you know, but I had to put my ears out there just to see what's going on and what I need to do to try to fit in somewhat, but then find my own sound and try to get out there again.
So who do you look to for inspiration? Like if you could name 2 people now that you kinda are similar, as far as one what they're rapping about and sound.
I'm gonna say Nas because he's conscious.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say DMX because he's aggressive.
Oh, you're aggressive like that?
So, you know, it's 2 sides to me. That's why, you know, my rap name is Chargedup Vell.
Okay.
You know, so Charged Up is more of the energy guy who wants to perform and give you nothing but energy. And Vell is more laid back. Vell gonna give you some truth. You know,
got an alter ego.
Yeah, it may be political. It could be about love. You know, I give you the balance. You know, but I feel like being myself and showing people that you can just be unique with your sound. You don't have to be stuck in a box is key. And that's what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Well, that's what I'm doing now. You know, just being myself and not trying to portray something I'm not. That's all.
So do you have a complete album?
Yes, it's not an album. It's a mixtape. A lot of people think it's an album because it feels like that. Okay. I didn't want to make the typical mixtape. So I wanted it to feel like an album.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what is one of your favorites up there?
I'm going to say it's really 2.
Okay.
But I would say Destination, which is the first record that come on. And Redemption is like the 4th track.
So what is Redemption about?
Me just getting some get back now that I'm doing it.
Okay.
I waited so long, and I don't want people to play around with me. You know what I'm saying?
Coming for everything.
Yeah. So, and letting people know sometimes you're gonna have people doubting you, but you can't allow them to stop you.
That's right.
So I'm speaking to people too. So not just for myself. I'm talking to somebody. You know, like trying to motivate them. Right. You know, and majority of the project is like that.
Now, a lot of kids are listening to this drill music. Is yours similar to that or no?
No.
Okay. No. So how would because you know that's kind of the going thing now. Everybody listens to this drill music. So how do we get the kids to listen to the music that you're putting out?
I think it's wordplay. I think your approach. You know, of course, right now they are forcing certain sounds and lingo and all this other stuff on the youth. But I think you have to be able to pick up certain things that the kids say. Right. You know, and just twist it a little bit. You don't have to copy, but just make it fit. You know, and make sure that they can understand what you're saying and they can relate. You know, that's it. So for me, I have some Southern type of records here and there, but it's unique. And then I feel like, you know, just having a different sound is important because the game is oversaturated right now, you know, and it's like repetitive.
So being that you say that the game is oversaturated right now, how important is it to, just like you said, kind of make your own lane and be comfortable in it and be unique, be you? Like, how would you encourage the younger people to do just that?
Perfect your craft, perfect your sound. You know, tune in and see what's going on, but make sure you spend enough time with self. Focus on you. Don't focus on what other people are doing too much because you'll start sounding like somebody. Yeah, and next thing you know, you start acting like certain people, you know. And I tell kids now who come up to me, you know, I rap, I do this, that, and the third. And I said, let me hear something. I'm got the gat, I'm trapping, and I said, where you live at? Oh, I live off of Glen Island. Well, that's the suburbs, ain't it, son? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's that type of thing. Like, just rap about your life, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever you do, skating, I don't know. Just be you. You don't have to talk about that. But the influence of the culture will make people rap about stuff they don't live.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. But I think, in all fairness, though, I think, you know, a lot of the rappers, like back in the day, I know some of them personally. Well, not personally. I know of them or whatever, and they rapped about things that, matter of fact, the Clips.
Right.
They rapped about things that they really didn't do.
Right.
But they rapped about things that were close to them.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a difference. You know what I mean? These kids, I mean, you go on YouTube and then you feel like you know somebody, you know what I mean? Because of social media, you know, so it's different.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, what would you say could a younger person listen to your music? Like, yes. Is it age appropriate?
Yeah. Like right now, you know, the single I'm getting ready to drop. It's called "Talk to Me Nice." It's a club record.
Okay.
You know, I believe we should all have fun. You know, I don't want to be put in a box where he will, you know, just make this particular music. Nah, you know, I want to make some club music. I want to make a conscious record. I want to talk about some things that can uplift you and inspire you, whatever it may be. If the sun is out and you want to talk about going to the beach, whatever I feel, I want to make it. That's all, you know. Right. So, you know, but I do have records for the younger people, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what makes you different from any other artist out here?
I'm seasoned, and I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to talk about. You know, I'm a whole lot. You know what I mean? Because I like to talk about, you know, political stuff. I like to spoon feed and teach you and educate you. You know, I don't think we get enough of that right now. Right. You know, you just have to find ways to do it, and you have to have balance. You know, and that's something that I liked about Tupac. Okay. You know, I felt like he was balanced. You know, he was aggressive at times. The world saw that all the time. But he had another side to him too. You know, where he can teach you and talk about some things. So I kind of saw where his heart was at a young age. Nas, the same way, you know, conscious, but he can take you there too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I love that. Yeah. You know, when you can go both ways. Well, universal. You can go anywhere. You know, it's no box for you. I love that, and that's who I am.
You know, I love the idea that what you keep saying about being put in a box, and I've always said that when people put you in a box, it's like you're giving them leverage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that being that you're unorthodox, that it does help. And I think the way that the world is going now, everything isn't so much like it used to be where, you know, we kind of still follow a little bit, but now with this younger generation, they aren't afraid to step out and do that thing as much as, you know, as the older people did back in the day.
Right.
So basically what I'm trying to say is, you've been doing this for how long now, total?
Well, coming back into it, it's been about almost
altogether, regardless if you took a break or not.
It's over 20-something years, 20, yeah.
So do you think it's an age on it? Like, 'cause you know, people be like, you know, people want to rap or be an artist and they 30, 40 years old, they like, they need to put that away and get a real job. Like, how do you feel about that?
I would say, see who won the Grammys in 2024 and look at his age. Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, yeah, I saw that.
That's that's what I would say. Yeah, check that. Yeah. There's no age on music, and there's no age on hip hop. See, they try to put that on hip hop, but in country music and any other genre, it's no age. There's people 60, 70 years old making country records. You know, they try to put that on hip hop, and then they try to say, hey, you know, the older guys need to fall back. No, we need to stay in there, because if we don't, it's gonna keep going the way it's going now. You know, and the same message will be pushed out there. That's what the industry, and I'm not gonna put it on the younger people or the artists. I'm gonna put it on the execs and the people who run these labels.
Right.
You know what I mean? They pushing this agenda right on in there, and they pushing like people who can influence the culture in a positive way. They pushing them back.
Right.
You know, when I was coming up, it was a balance. You know what I mean? If I wanted to listen to some Fugees, I can listen to Fugees.
Right.
If I wanted to go and listen to NWA, I can listen to NWA. Then I had, you know, we had Common. Then we had, you know, it was a variety of different artists, you know, and it wasn't oversaturated. You know what I mean? You have your Queen Latifah. You know, you have your Salt and Peppers, you know, a little more sexier and all of that. So it was a balance. You know what I mean? Lil Kim, Foxy, all of them, Eve. Then Missy came. It was just, it's a feel. You can just, you know what I mean? It was different. Right now, they painting certain pictures that I feel like it's damaging our people. You know, for the young ladies, I feel like the picture that's being painted now is be a slut.
Yeah.
You know, degrade yourself. You know, talk about hoeing all day. You know what I mean? But Rhapsody is a female artist. I think she's really dope.
Yeah.
And she should be in the forefront a little bit.
She's underrated though.
She's underrated because they won't take a female like her and put her at the front, and she can run with the best of them.
But you know why they won't do that? Because it goes back to what they know what they're doing.
Sex sells. That's what they say.
Sex sells. Yeah. Sex sells.
And you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, well, we don't think little girls should be able to see her rap. You know what I mean? See her video.
Right.
You know, without her showing her breasts or her booty or making her look like, you know what I mean, some type of whore or something. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's an issue right now. That's an issue. That's
so what can we do as a people change that though? Like, you know, I'm not in the industry, but I would say off the top of my dome, I probably would say something like, you know, if we band together, like if we don't sit and just take the first thing, if we challenge more. But what do you think? Because you're in the industry, like I'm not. So what do you think we can do to better ourselves? I
think we have to really approach the executive people. We have to let them know, you know, what's happening. We have to apply pressure, you know. But at the end of the day, we don't need them.
Yeah.
Because it's people touring and doing some of everything right now and really selling more than the major artists. But they're not getting the exposure.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? That some of the major artists are getting. You know what I mean? So the kids are latching on to, you know, the artists that are being seen the most. You know, and I think that has to change. You know, give us some balance in hip hop and R&B. They trying to trap R&B out a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You know, come on, man. You know what I mean? Give us some love songs, some real relationship type of stuff. You know, let's get back to that, man. I would love to hear a record and cut it on, and my lady sitting by me, and it's like, I love you, baby. The record speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? She can feel my energy because the record playing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Carl Thomas that's how I had my first baby.
Carl Thomas responsible for a lot of kids out here. But that was, you know what though? Now we see and think about, like, that was good music. Even before them, like, I would think back like to, I remember like growing up to like Luther and stuff like that, and it was just different.
The feeling,
yes, because I listen to R&B, mostly R&B, right, and like I said, gospel, but listening to those songs, they actually meant something. I remember growing up and hearing my grandmother listen to them songs, and I'm like, I can't wait till I get grown. Oh my God, wait till I get grown. You know, but now these songs, you listen to you make a playlist now. Well, it's best to make a playlist because a lot of these artists now, you can't listen to the whole damn CD.
Yeah, and then they sampling all the old songs now. I mean, so it's like, you know. But I will say, the older artists were really passionate.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking nothing away from like the newer artists. But I'm gonna go off topic just for a second. Bob Marley. If you haven't watched that movie, please watch the movie.
It's good.
I watched it twice. I went to the movies to see it twice.
Oh wow.
It's powerful. You can tell he loved music, and it was something he felt like he had to do to bring peace to the world, and he spoke about it. He spoke life into the world. That's why people gravitated to him. So music is powerful, and a lot of people say it's just music. It's a spirit in music. People latched on to Michael Jackson because of the spirit in his music. He made you feel some type of way. When I watched Mike, I saw like power. The world felt it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's certain artists who understands the influence of music and how impactful it is, and they choose to speak life into people and shift the negative energy. And man, Bob Marley did that.
You know what? I'm gonna have to watch that now, because to be honest with you, I didn't even know that because I hadn't seen no trailers or anything on it until it was actually at the movies, and I was speaking with someone, one of my clients, and he said something about the movie, and I was like, I hadn't seen anything about it. But I remember he told me he was going to watch it, but I never followed with him to see if he actually watched it or not. But being that you said it, and I could see how passionate you just got, made me want to watch it.
I mean, he painted pictures. He was smack dead in a war, and he was making songs to try to stop war, stop people from hating. You know, right now, today in music, we pushing hate. Kill,
absolutely.
kill, kill, murder, 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 sex, sex, drugs, 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 kill, kill, shoot 'em, op, op. That's what we pushing. It's no love. Where the love at? You know what I mean? Where's the unity? We don't have it in the forefront, you know, and it's so dark.
So being that you say it's dark and we don't have any love, like, what are you doing to change that?
Being active in the community. My background is counseling too.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, mental health support, you know, in-home, residential facilities, you know, I've always been active. So for me, not just talking about it in the music, but really being involved with the community too, you know. But when it comes to the music, I have records that'll make people feel good about life and themselves and speaking. I hate to use positive, but it's positive. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself, waking up and saying, hey, I just want to go ride my bike today because I feel good. You know, let's go cook on the grill. You know, Ice Cube had today was a good day. You know, you hear the record, it just felt good. He was street. I mean, you can't call him out and say, oh, he's soft because he made, no, he know how to make music. That's all, just make music. You don't have to make the same thing all the time. Say something else. And I think with the labels, they are pushing one thing in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And not allowing the artist to say, hey, man, let me talk about this that went on in my life when I was a kid. They probably feeding them the negative stuff. No, we need more of this. We need more of that. You know?
And they actually do it because, you know, even though they may it may be someone just like yourself who want to talk about good things or whatever, positivity and stuff like that. But being that that's not what they want, and they feel as though it doesn't sell, they're not going to get behind it and rally behind them.
That's how I go.
So, with that being said, do you think they should say, you know what? Well, I ain't gonna sell myself short. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and walk on this one because you're not gonna dictate how I'm gonna, you know, what I'm gonna do in the world.
Yeah, I think they should do that. I mean, you look at people like J. Cole, you know, unique, different, being himself. You know, Kendrick being himself, you know. So I think it's a risk, but it's a good risk.
Right.
And it's an audience for everybody. You know?
Exactly.
So, like I said, for me, I want to make everything. Just want to make music.
Okay, so I just heard you say you were a counselor.
Yes.
So how are you enjoying that?
I love it. I had to fall back for a while, you know, but my heart is with these kids. It's always been there.
Right.
You know, trying to keep them off the streets, trying to talk to them about making healthy choices. You know, a lot of my clients, they were abused.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't know how to respond to a male figure. You know, they don't know how to take redirection from somebody. You know, because they didn't have the support system at home. You know, so for me, being able to guide young men and some young women and showing them love was big for me. You know, and I take pride in that. I take pride in being there for these kids. You know, matter of fact, one of my clients, he's from out this way.
Okay.
You know, but he's older now. But he was a tough kid.
Right.
You know, he was in the residential facility that I worked at. He ended up changing.
So how does that make you feel as you being this counselor? Knowing from where he came from to, you know, seeing him actually change. Like sometimes, you know, we don't get to see that side. Like we put in this work, but we don't physically ourselves get to see how that person has evolved.
Yeah. It's crazy because he got out the program. He used to call me Pop. You know what I mean? I'd be like, hey, you can't call me Pop. You know what I mean?
Right.
You say that, I get in trouble, you know, because they don't want the kids to look at you like a parent.
Right.
But it was hard. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, yeah, when you dealing with a kid like that or whatever, it's kind of hard not to get attached on both sides.
Yeah, it is. He actually got out. He got shot a couple times.
Oh wow.
And he ended up. I didn't know until he sent me a message, and he told me. And then he said, you know, but I changed. I'm doing the right thing now, you know. And he said this woke me up even more. And he got a kid, and he's making some good choices right now. And for him to even like reach out on social media, it just showed me, you know what I mean? Like I did the right thing, and I have a lot of kids doing that all the time. You know, that's what we're here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To help them. You know what I mean? Let them get some support.
Right. How important is it for us to listen to these kids? A lot of times we don't listen to them. We kind of like push them aside because we're like, y'all don't want to listen, or y'all not like us, or you know, you don't do the things that I think you should be doing. So
Right.
how do we start listening to them and listen attentively?
Don't judge them right away. You know, I get paperwork in and say he did this, that, and the third. He was in juvenile. He stealing cars, and you know, you start reading.
Right.
You know, and it's like you immediately start putting up this wall, or you know, judging a kid. A lot of them have like a story. They went through something. You know what I mean? Nobody's understanding that. You know, I had, you know, one client who was molested a lot.
By somebody in the family?
Yeah.
Wow.
A close relative. You know, and he, you know, just was aggressive. You know, all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had to listen to his story. You know, the same thing with you know, I had a client who, you know, he's a gay man. You know what I mean? And you know, immediately when he saw me as a counselor, he's assuming I'm not gonna like him or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, he would say stuff like, "You hate me, don't you?" You know, I'd be like, "I don't hate you." You know what I mean? Why are you saying that? You know what I'm saying?
Know you, yeah.
So,
but do you think he was saying that based upon
my
previous experience?
I think my interaction with some of the other guys that was in this facility, you know, basketball, we having conversations and stuff, and you know, I think he just felt like, dang, well, you know, he obviously don't like me, but he ended up having a conversation with me. You know, it was just like, you know, to at least talk to you, you know what I mean? I told him, yeah. You know, so we ended up having a conversation, and he told me his story, you know, his journey. And he was he was abused. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say that, and I understood who he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the kids helped me learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge people right away. You can't do it. You don't know their story. So I'm big on that. You know what I mean? Speak life, love, uplift people, and help the best you can. You know, be a leader.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's important that we listen to the youth. It's important that we understand them. It's very important that they feel comfortable with talking to somebody older that they can trust. Because if they don't talk to you, they just gonna hold it in, keep doing what they doing. Most of the time they committing suicide or getting on drugs, substance abuse. That's what it is right now. Most of my kids are dealing with drugs, popping pills, swapping meds, cheeking meds, taking out, passing to this person, doing, you know what I mean? That whole thing, you know what I mean? So I realized you just need to be that ear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, when you were speaking a few minutes ago, I saw you were choked up. Why was that? You were speaking of the young man who had been abused.
He said something about his it was an uncle. Yeah. And just the way he was kind of explaining everything, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, why I'm feminine. I was taught to be like this.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was taught that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, you know, you look at a kid and it's like, dang, well, why, you know, what happened or what went on, or you trying to figure something out. A lot of times you don't know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, you know what I mean? And it's not for you to know all the time. But when you find out, it's like,
you understand.
Dang, man.
You got a messed up deal.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, he'll throw a wig on, you know what I mean? And he'll just walk around. He'll be like, you mad at me now, huh? I'd be like, man, listen, man. You know, if you're going to do it, that's on you. I told you we're going to the mall. You know, I take the kids on outings and stuff. I'm like, look, man, you with all the guys, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing, man.
Right, yeah.
You know, but then he'll laugh and take it off. Like, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you. You know, because I'll pick with him, call him Nilly Vanilli.
Okay.
Then he put the wig on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, just like I said, understanding the kids. You know what I mean, and being somebody that they can talk to when they're going through something. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this. I'm going to cut across. Let me ask you this. Being that you are a counselor and you seem as though that you're very passionate about what you do, and you care about what you do, right?
Yeah.
And they are showing you, they're telling you their life journey, and some of it can be overwhelming. Like, how do you decompress from all of that? That has to be a lot on your mental, and your heart.
Yeah, I used to go home and like really talk to my wife, you know, my ex-wife about it. You know what I mean? We would talk about some of this stuff. Because you build these relationships up with these kids, and it's like, man, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? Am I doing the right thing?
Right, yeah.
Am I encouraging them to do right? You know? And I know I did. You know, and I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for the people that's out there that are counseling, who really get involved with these kids, and really invest that energy and time, I commend you. Because it's not easy. Sometimes you feel what they feel. You know, they break down crying and you trying to figure out why they going off, why they breaking stuff, what's happening, and their emotions is just running. You could feel it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, Dad, you gotta either grab them and say, you know what I mean, it's okay though. You know what I mean? You're okay, it's okay. You know what I mean? Because they may not have the support from the family. Nobody coming to visit them. You know what I mean? Or thinking about the past.
Right.
You know what I mean? What I'm going to do. You know, they saying I'm going to stay in the facility for 5 more months. Why my mom or dad don't want me to come back home? What am I doing wrong? Like, it get real like that.
Yeah. And then, you know, some of them may not have the capacity to be able to articulate a lot of things. So that's why they may, you know, have that aggression, or they lash out because they're only doing what they know.
That's it.
So, you know, I can see that it could be very challenging for you guys. My hat goes off to you guys because, you know, that's not my lane.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that that's cool. That's great. And being that you are a young African American, and I had no idea what you did in your profession. So for you to say that, I'm kind of looking at you like Chargedup Vell, and like, okay. So let's get back to Chargedup Vell. So what's going on with Chargedup Vell now?
Right now.
Or what's next? Because we know you got the album. I mean the mixtape.
Yeah. It's time for the world to know who I am now. You know, I took my time. You know, it's time for me to really get out there and work. You know, put the footwork in. You know, I have a strong message. I'm sticking to the script. But I want people to get back to having fun too. Let's enjoy each other. You know, if you want to party, let's party. Let's party without killing each other though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do that. You know, stop looking at, you know, the person that's not running in your neighborhood like they the enemy, because we don't own nothing. We don't own nothing. You don't own your neighborhood. You can throw up all the sets you want to throw up. You can claim whatever you want to claim. But if them people come in your neighborhood and tell you to get out, you getting out. Are you going to stand for something? What you going to do? Nothing. So you don't own anything. You know, and matter of fact, they moving the hoods out anyway right now. They are building up some nice houses right now.
That's it.
It's getting real. It's getting real. I'm telling you. So my thing is, instead of claiming your neighborhood and wanting to go shoot up other neighborhoods or whatever you feel like you need to do, build your neighborhood up then. You know, help with the after school programs, because they're taking the Boys and Girls Club away. Some of the after school programs is gone because of funding. You know, so once you all come together and start putting money together and build some programs for these kids, and go to the food bank and ask for food so you all can cook meals for these kids who may not get a meal when they go back to the crib. You know what I mean? Let's do that, because the program, you know, I was at, that's what we did. You know, shout out to Miss Jackie too. She gave me my first job working with kids after school when I graduated. Okay. You know what I mean? We had food. You know, we cooked food for the kids. You know, in the summertime we got meals from Meals on Wheel. You see what I'm saying? Like, we did this type of stuff. So, you know, instead of saying, hey, I run my neighborhood, and you pumping drugs to your neighborhood, you destroying your neighborhood, let's start investing into the community. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of energy I'm on right now. All that extra, I'm super hard, I'm super gangster, I ain't feeling none of it. Because I run with a lot of dudes who run the street, you know, used to run the street. They not on that type of time. They got businesses now. Yeah. That's what they doing. Matter of fact, a couple of them started programs for kids to help. You know, and that's what it's about. Build your community up. If the power gets shut down or funding shut off for people, they can't get food stamps. If stuff like that shut off, because it's getting crazy out here right now. If it shut off, will you guys support the neighborhood? Would you know, what we doing? You gonna let people, you know, just go hungry because you want to be the neighborhood gangster? You know, if you're gonna be gangster and take care of your people. That's how I feel. That's what I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? Positive way. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's gangster to me. You know, if you helping your people and you protecting your people in your neighborhood and outside your neighborhood. But make sure, if you're gonna claim that neighborhood, take care of your neighborhood. Make sure them kids get out there and pick the trash up in the neighborhood. Make sure they planting seeds so they can have some grass instead of seeing dirt. You know what I'm saying? Because them people set it up like that so they can think they're in a jungle. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it goes deep. I don't want to get too amped up, because a lot of times it just, you know, it get like that, because it's like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we so lost at times. Come on, man. Like, this is not the time for us to be fighting each other.
Right.
That's not it.
So with that being said, being that you feel as though that, and I'm with you, like I'm not talking against you or whatever. People who are in the community and they repping these communities, but they're doing it in a negative way. How do we get them to pivot from that negative to that positive?
They got to see people, real people who've been out there before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to walk in nobody's hood. I do it often. Matter of fact, I shot a video and I walked straight in the hood. You know what I'm saying? The guy who shot it was like, yo, you almost put me in a dangerous situation. These guys had guns and stuff on them. I don't walk with fear, though.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't move like that. People feed off of energy. You know what I mean? I come with love. I come with peace. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in there, I'm trying to talk to you. And I pull it up on them. I'm talking to them. I'm not a threat. And, you know, when you go into certain neighborhoods and you see people saying, hey, don't come in here, don't do that in the third, you know, it just make me feel some type of way. Like, good God, like, you know what I mean? I could be coming in here, like, trying to help the kids, you know what I mean? Or saying, hey, I want to put on a community event, you know what I mean? Would you guys be interested in helping me put this together?
Right, because after all, this is your community.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I know when I came up, you know, Jody, shout out to Mr. Jody, man. He got us out the street. He would say, hey, I got some studio equipment. Y'all come rock out. Mr. Dennis, he come to the neighborhood in his truck with the 4-H program. Pick us up, take us to the crib, and we learn how to grow vegetables and plant stuff on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't afraid to come in the hood, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It isn't any more big homies now.
That's what I'm...
Yeah, I talked to a guy last night who was talking about that.
My goodness, man. A lot of people are afraid. Why are we afraid of these kids? A lot of these kids, they don't have a father figure. They don't have a role model, so they just raising themselves. But they seeking guidance. Yeah. And I witnessed this being a counselor. These kids, Crips, Bloods, they coming from DC, they coming from 757, the mountains all over. But as soon as I keep it real with them and talking to them, the walls start breaking down.
Yeah.
Now, the little boy come out.
Yeah.
You think, yeah, Mr. William, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have that. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
And again, it goes back to LOVE. It goes back to love. That's what it goes back to.
But how do you show someone love who haven't genuinely been loved before?
Just being consistent with your approach. I'm not approaching you aggressive because you acting aggressive all the time. I see through it. You hurting. And you seeking for some attention.
Right. And
every time, I'm like, 2-3 weeks go by, now you're crying. I went through this, going through this. You could have told me that from the jump.
Right, yeah.
I would have listened. You want to punch holes in the wall. You want to fight other residents. You want to do all this extra stuff because you really hurting inside and you think being aggressive is the way to let some self-esteem out.
Right.
And to be honest, that's one of the reasons I started a studio and working with kids in one of the programs too, or a couple programs, to let some steam out.
Right, okay.
Because it was therapeutic for me. So let's see if it's therapeutic for you.
Absolutely. So now let me ask you this. What is something that people don't know about Chargedup Vell that you haven't already spoken about?
That they don't know, I love to coach sports, football and basketball. I love coaching.
Why is that?
I love seeing people develop. I see seeing kids get better and make progress. I actually coached my son football, not his football team, his basketball team. Didn't plan on doing it.
Right.
But the coaching came out, and then I ended up being a coach. Ended up taking the test, and I jumped on the staff. The kids were like 0-5, 0-4, and I jumped on, and had a little structure, some discipline.
Right, yeah.
And they
The
won.
structure and discipline never hurts.
Yeah, they won like 4 or 5 games after.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know, I just love that. You know, discipline. You know,
Right.
structure, order. That's what we need. You know what I mean?
It, you know, I've always felt like structure and discipline stand.
Yeah.
It will stand.
Yeah.
You know, it will, you know, definitely stand. So I have enjoyed our conversation. I've learned a lot. I actually didn't know, and I'll be honest, I didn't know a lot about you. You know, when you reached out, but I kind of went through your videos and I looked at stuff like that or whatever. But I didn't know the other side, the professional side. So with the professional side and with the Chargedup Vell, it's like, okay, I can see that, and I understand where you're coming from now. I appreciate where you're coming from, and that you are looking to be a big homie in the community because, like you said, when you grew up, you had some some important men
Oh yeah.
that you know came in your community and helped you guys out. Well, now we are scared. Like you know, we feel like, dang, if the kids don't respect their parent, then you know they don't respect Joe Blow over there or
Yeah.
Miss Sarah. So, um, I'm excited that you're actually out in the community doing such a thing that most men do. And hopefully, you know, by you doing that and they see that some people latch on and begin to, you know, take on that role too.
Yeah.
And before you know it, hopefully it'll go like wildfire in that community.
Yeah.
You know. So we ask all of our guests how their time has been since they've been on Wait Again Minute podcast, and you know, your time is now, so let us know how you feeling.
Oh, I enjoyed myself. You know what I mean? I think the questions were really dope. I felt comfortable. I felt relaxed. The energy was good. You were spot on, you know, with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Allowed me to express myself without, you know, saying, hey, you know, all right, that's enough of that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I can go to the extreme because I love my people.
Right, there's nothing wrong with
You
that.
know what I mean? It's like a passion. But again, that's why I'm doing music, because I love my people. So, you know what I mean? Whatever I got to do to be able to get their attention, to say what I need to say, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm down for the cause. You know what I'm saying? I understand the assignment. So I'm on a mission.
That's right, and complete that mission this time.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
This time, keep going until I tell you otherwise.
That's right.
You know, but before we go, tell the people how they can follow you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG at Chargedup_Vell. That's CHARGED_Vell, VELL. The other platforms is just Chargedup Vell. And the mixtape is out. Destination. Yeah, Destination. It's on all streaming platforms. It's a good body of work. It feels like an album, you know, but that's what I wanted, you know, people to get. You know, so when I do drop an album, expectations will be high.
Okay. Gotcha. So with that being said, stay tuned to All Things Wait Again Minute. Good night.